Hello, I'm Mary Yanez, Director of the Senior Adult Program, and this is Mature Living. As you know, we've been on the air for maybe a good 28 years, and we just can't stop celebrating Valentine's each year. And as you know, as many of you seniors know, we were always having this wonderful love conference each year that our guests were very involved with. And I'm going to introduce them in a little bit. It's really nice to reconnect with them. But we had 500 seniors at the college. We had speakers, we had lunch, we had entertainment. And, those are great memories. Although we can't do it in this time, we're really coming to you virtually from home. And so we've invited Malena Cano as one of our former instructors that taught chorus and a wonderful professional performer and actress. And of course, Mario Cano, because it's Valentine's. Welcome, you guys. Oh, my goodness. I haven't seen you in so long. It's like a virtual embrace, How have you been doing?
Well, watching a lot of TV.
A lot of news. That's right. And so you've been spending your time, of course, in front of the television. You can't have a lot of people over. You're not really going out, are you? I hope you're being careful about that.
Oh, yes, definitely. No, my daughters don't let me go anywhere.
That's right. And that's the right thing to do. How about you, Mario?
Well, I tried to get out of her hair, and I worked out of the house most of the time, picking up stuff and fixing up stuff around the house. Which
the little honeydews, right? Honeydew this, honeydew that.
That's right.
The reason I selected you to come on our Valentine's Day show is because you've been a couple for companions, friends, for so long. And I'm going to ask you, how long have you known each other? And tell me a little story about when you first met.
Well, I used to visit a cousin in Juarez, and he would look at me, and I didn't really like him. But then one day, my boy cousin was going to go to a wedding, and he said, "You think you're going to go with Mario to the wedding?" I said, "I guess so." And that was the beginning. After the wedding, we went back to my cousin's house, and all of a sudden, he grabbed my chin and he kissed me.
Without permission.
I got done after that. So we were very young. I was only 16 and he was 17. So we've been together forever.
I know there's been ups and downs, I'm sure, but how many children did you have? Go ahead, Mario.
We have 3 daughters. And the little one, the baby, lives in Tucson, Arizona. And my oldest and the middle daughter live here in El Paso. And they call every day and to see how we're doing. And so from that, we have 7 grandkids,
wow.
5 boys and 2 girls.
Oh, beautiful.
And also, we'd like to add that we have 2 boys, great
grandkids.
Kids. They live in California.
Wow.
One of them is 2 years old, and the other one is 2 years old.
4 months.
I see a twinkle. I see a twinkle in your eyes when you talk about great grandchildren. How are you connecting with them during this pandemic? How are you as a family connecting?
We do this exactly every Friday. We get together by Zoom and we all talk together. And you know what? I'm very proud of my girls because my oldest is, believe it or not, she's now retired, but she was in the education business. My middle one, Alma, first one is Raquel, then Alma. She works for an insurance business. But my youngest one just got her doctorate in education.
Oh, so proud.
And she works out of her house, and she's real busy. She likes what she's doing.
Okay.
And we're very proud of her.
Okay. During the pandemic, you're spending more time together than you ever did before, because I know Malena was always very active, very, teaching, in doing shows in Viva Mexico, and, just all the things that she accomplished. Have you all gotten tired of each other yet?
Well,
Not me. I don't know about him, but not me.
no, I'm really enjoying it, and I like it, and especially when you are young. When we first started, you never think of getting up to this age, together. But now looking back, I do realize that I'm living my dream more or less.
Oh,
We're
that's
together, and we have our little bumps and
on the
uh,
road.
over, and but being healthy is very important.
Yes.
And we keep our doctor's appointment, we keep up with the medicine, and of course, we just got our first vaccine
Very good. Very
about
good.
a week ago, and we're waiting to be called for the second one.
You have been long admirers of of the arts. I have been a long admirer of Malena. She's like my role model. That's why I get dolled up, because I've watched her through the years. The makeup and the hair and everything's got to be in colorful, and so she's like my role model. That I've watched as a performer, as a teacher, and and I love introducing her. How do you introduce each other? How many years have you been married also? What is your anniversary? Any big celebration coming up? Maybe when we can get together, we can celebrate an anniversary.
We just got our anniversary on December the 7th.
Oh my
Um,
goodness, yes.
and
Okay.
we've been married, well, a little over 50 years,
More or less.
give or take
Give or
5
take.
or 10.
Now tell me, how do you introduce yourself? How would you introduce yourself to other people if you meet somebody new? How do you introduce Malena? Uh,
Well,
Mario?
we're new friends. Most of the time, I'll just introduce her as this is my wife, Malena, and let's say bring it up. Oh yes, we know about her. She's a singer and actress and whatever. Then I'll keep on talking about her. But if they don't bring it up, I'll just stay back and
And she
later
takes
on
the
maybe
limelight.
talk about it.
She takes the
I
line.
always, I always introduce him as my boyfriend.
Hey, that's a
But
good. That's how.
she's not supposed to be married though.
Okay, that's always Mario's your boyfriend. This is
Mario's my boyfriend.
my,
He's also my rock. He has supported me in everything I have wanted to do. I have dragged him into place. I needed an
Made
actor.
me an actor.
I needed an actor, and I said, "Well, honey, I guess it's gonna be you." And I trained him in 2 weeks. He did the part, and he's always been there for me. And I don't like to talk about myself, but don't let him start with me because he'll tell you my whole history.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, he's been a great supporter, and even of us, of our senior adult program, of our events, working with props. Mario, we're so appreciative of you. We're appreciative of Malena, but you're like a couple. You come in as a package. You're a
Yeah.
package deal. Yeah.
That's right.
What are you going to do for Valentine's? What do you normally do for Valentine's? I know it's going to be different this year.
Well, we give each other, a small gift, a card, and of course, and when the time is right, we go out to dinner at night, and make an appointment because this day, the Valentine's Day is very hard to get to a restaurant. Really, nowadays it's a little harder because
Yes.
not everybody's open, and of course they only allow so many people in there. But we celebrate. I love holidays actually, and this is one of my favorites.
Valentine's. Okay, Malena, you were going to say.
I was just going to say that now with the pandemic, we do a lot of ordering in.
Yeah, a lot of ordering in.
Support the restaurants.
Yeah.
And, you should see our credit card.
Oh my,
Nothing but food.
nothing but food. You're saving on gas, but you're spending it on food.
Mario and I got engaged on Valentine's Day.
Oh my goodness. Oh,
Yes.
that is so beautiful. Oh, that is so beautiful. What a great memory.
Yeah, he gave me a medal of the Virgen de Guadalupe, and it's always been with me right
And
here.
and there it is.
In the back of when we got engaged.
Oh my gosh.
Well,
Boy, you know how to charm her, Mario. You know how to charm her. What tips do you have as we close our interview with you today? What tips do you have for a happy relationship with your companion?
Well, from my point of view, I think it's no marriage is perfect. We're all different, and my way of thinking is to learn about each other, trust, and of course, work together on the finances of the house, keep a budget and stick to it, and just communication from my part.
Malena.
And well, I have three things that are very important to any couple. I don't think there's any couple that's been married as long as Mario and I have been married. But the three things that I concentrate on is love. Of course, I love him. Trust each other, and communication is very important.
Very good. And that's how
our kids always say, Mom, we have never seen you and my dad fight. Because we made a vow that we would never fight in front of them. But boy, when they leave.
You have the discussions afterwards.
We'll let it have it. But
why did you say this, or why did you let him go? To the dance or whatever. You should, lots of discussion. It's so wonderful to see you guys. I'm glad you're healthy. I'm staying healthy. Many of your fans, I'm sure, that you connect with by phone, love you very much. And, I get excited and I get kind of loud. But you know what? I really miss you all. Hopefully we'll be together again and do something great, something good together for our community. Do you promise that you'll stay in touch with us?
Yes,
I promise.
we will.
Okay.
Happy Valentine's Day to everybody.
Happy Valentine's to all my students. I love you all.
Very good. Thank you so much. And we're going to get on with our show. We have another guest coming up. And so thank you. It was great seeing you. Have a good week. Have a good Valentine's Day. Thank you for staying with us. It's great that we can talk a little bit about some joy in our lives, and that's Valentine's. And we are always interested in finding guests that will share with us what they're doing for their community, what kinds of new ideas can we get involved with. And so we've invited Jonna Sougstad. She is the owner and a senior living advisor. She's the owner of the Assisted Living Locators. So she's going to tell us all about her business. But she did a project that I thought was wonderful for our elderly in this community. And so I'm just going to, Jonna, yes. Thank you for being with us. I know it's your first time, and you're always welcome. If you have other ideas during the year, you come and join us. Thank you for being. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, thanks, Mary. Yeah, I'm happy to be here. Assisted Living Locators we have a campaign right now, sending all your love to our seniors in our community. And so I reached out. It's actually happening nationwide, but I reached out locally to government officials via Facebook, friends, family, and I've just had a lot of interest in how people, with the pandemic, our seniors have been isolated, and it's everyone in the El Paso area understands this, and they've been wanting to help. And so when this campaign came along, I had so many people that had interest and wanted to do something. So many families haven't seen their loved ones face to face since, 10, 11 months, since last March. And this is just one small way that I think can really show that, our older adults are not alone. They may be, we may not be able to touch them and see them face to face, but they're in our hearts and they're not forgotten. And so I just reached out and I got great response.
What is the title of your project, your campaign?
It's called Sending All Our Love to Seniors for Valentine's Day.
Okay, and it's a card campaign.
Yes, I'm sorry.
You're making cards, and do we make cards and show us? Yeah, show us some samples. What you received.
So they're simple Valentine's Day cards that the general public, some elementary schools, a Girl Scout troop has gotten involved, and they're just sending these Valentine's Day cards that I'm going to disperse to the nursing care and assisted living facilities across our city, and including Las Cruces. I don't want to leave them out either. I had some, aren't they nice?
Beautiful.
They just, they're all homemade. All just beautiful labor of love.
I have a lot of Easter cards, and I'm just wondering, could we send you some for Easter?
Oh, most definitely.
Yeah, we could do call it whatever you want to call it. Maybe start an Easter campaign, since we're already in the week of Valentine's.
Right.
It's a little late to send you any Valentine's cards, but it's not too late to send you Easter cards.
That is true.
I'd like to get involved with that. So we're going to give your number.
We'll coordinate that.
Yeah. I'll get your number at the end of the show so we can give it out, and maybe we can give your business address where we can mail you these Easter cards. So you talked about why you started the project, because of the pandemic. Seniors are not getting visitors, but they can always get cards and send love through our messages.
In fact, even this last summer, there was just a personal campaign. Some friends of mine and myself, we wrote cards. Just because, again, it was earlier on and we didn't know it was going to last this long, but knew that our older adults had already been in isolation, strict isolation at that point, no visitors at all, and mailed out those cards, and it made an impact. It's just small little gestures can really go a long way for people.
Yeah. And what kind of a reaction did you get from the seniors, and what kind of a reaction at these facilities, assisted living places and nursing homes? What kind of a reaction did the administration have from your project?
Yeah, they love it. I mean, it just having the general population, our community, support them and know that, our healthcare workers are there. It's a high risk environment. Of course, with the vaccine now, it's some of that risk has dissipated somewhat, but that population is high risk, and the administration really welcomes it. They're surprised at the support, and of course, it's very welcomed.
Yes. And I was just thinking about, you mentioned healthcare workers. They need cards too. We need to send them our best wishes, our best regards, our love for the work that they're doing. So maybe it's a twofold cards. Maybe some can be for the healthcare attendants and the workers, and the other ones could be for the elders in the facility. So I think it's a beautiful idea. And how many cards did you get? I'm just curious.
Well, so far, I still have 2 more pickups, but so far I have a little over 1,000 cards that I've received.
Wow. And so
Yes.
your job, your job is a tough job now.
Yes.
It's to distribute amongst the community, make sure that 1,000 seniors will get some love this Valentine's. I'm sorry we can't send them candy because maybe they can't have candy, some of them. So, you know, it's always nice to get a greeting card. Tell me a little bit about your business that you're in, and how you support the community.
Sure. So, you know, what I'm doing right now is it's not an isolated event, to be real honest. I feel that I'm here to support our community with this campaign, but really even on an everyday level. So my business, you know, I'm an active supporter of the Alzheimer's Association. I had a great fundraiser this last fall for Walk to End Alzheimer's. I really enjoyed that and got the public involved with that. I helped with the longest day as well. And we continue. This is the foundation of our business, of my business, and it's helping families search for senior living options. So it's that type of, it runs the gambit. It's not just assisted living, although that's where the business got its name, was assisted living. But I help with referrals to in-home care, to non-medical and medical, home health, hospice, independent living. I'm just here to be that resource for anyone that's needing help with our older population that maybe need a little more assistance than they used to. Yes. I'm a sounding board. You know, just trying to be that resource.
Yes. And how do you provide your services? Is there a charge, or how do you deliver your services?
Well, it's completely no cost to the community. All my services are absolutely free to the clients that I'm helping, and I do all the homework for them. So I do gather when I first get a phone call or text or email. You can contact me via Facebook. There's multiple ways that you can get a hold of me, but I do an initial in-depth consultation. So that may take a little while, but I ask a barrage of questions trying to find out your loved ones, or maybe it's just for the individual who I'm speaking to directly. What are the medical needs that we need to make sure are met? What are preferences? Geography, you know, that's a big deal here in El Paso. Which side of the mountain are you, you know?
Yes.
And so, you know, geography and budget, and really taking all that information and rather than you or the family running around looking at all these places, I've been there. I've met the owner. I have vetted the facility, the home, the agency. So I try to take out some of that uncertainty and provide choices. It's always up to the individual or the family's choice, but I give quality choices for them.
Yes, as a senior living advisor, I'm sure your resources are across the board, so that people can have choices as to where they want to live or what side of town they prefer. What kind of services they're looking for right now? COVID vaccines, registering. Area Agency on Aging is trying to help seniors that don't have an email, and that's one of the prerequisites. You have to have an email to register for the, you know, that might be something good that you can also help our community with, and you can contact the Area Agency on Aging. But I would like for you to give your phone number and your location, or rather, you're not really having people coming into your location, but you're doing everything like we all are doing virtually. Tell me a little bit about how they can contact you.
Sure. So my business is actually home-based anyway. It used to be in my vehicle, but I'm not traveling around quite as much as I used to. But my direct line is 915-320-4426. You can call or text that number, and that comes to me directly. That's the easiest and quickest way to get a hold of me. So I am a home-based business. I live centrally, which gives me access to any part of the city. No, unfortunately, I'm unable to meet my clients face-to-face as much as I used to. But again, that's where that barrage, the in-depth consultation is even more important over the phone these days.
Yes, and can you give us your email?
Yes, it's a little lengthy, so bear with me, but it's my first name, Jonna, my last initial S, at Assisted Living Locators with an S.com.
Wow, that is a little long.
I know.
We'll put it on the screen so that our community can write that down and get a hold of you. And if they have any questions about your services or about your beautiful projects of the card making and card sending to our elders during this difficult time, is just a beautiful idea. And thank you for doing that and reaching out. Can you imagine reaching 1,000 seniors with those beautiful homemade cards from kids, from their peers, elders, from professionals, from agencies that are joining you? It's not a difficult thing to do. And it's so personal. You can put your own personal little message to them. It's very nice. So we need to do it generic. You know, we don't know if it's going to be a gentleman that's going to get the card or a lady, but we just need to be creative, right? Thank you so much for being with us here. We certainly wish you luck. And where do we mail the cards? Where are we going to mail our Easter cards for
Well, the address, since I'm a home-based business, I have a UPS box that most of my mail goes to. And that address is 3800 North Mesa, Suite A-2, number 270. That's here in El Paso, 79902.
Very good. And we'll put that out. I'm going to have to write that right after the show because I want to prepare some Easter cards. And I can send them as early as whenever I get a chance, right?
Most definitely. I'll hang on to them until they'll need to be delivered. Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Any last message that I haven't asked that you had in mind to share with our community?
Just to, this is about caring for others and really thinking about our community versus our individual self. But this small, like we were talking about this, a small individual gesture to even a stranger can make such an impact. And I really think that that's what this is about, is just giving of ourselves, our time, and our spirit to others.
What a lovely message for Valentine's, which is a day of friendship. And these cards can just maybe even develop into a friendship. It is so good. There's also another program that I wanted to mention through Adult Protective Services, and that is Caring by Calling. So there's a campaign where you can call a senior. You care, and it's just rolling out. So we'll be bringing more information through Mature Living about that. And I'm sure you'll be interested in Caring by Calling.
Yes, ma'am.
So a little phone call does, that voice, that wonderful connection with our messages and our voices is going to be good too. Well, thank you for being with us. We're going to say have a great Valentine's week to everybody. Enjoy the home delivered meals or however you're going to enjoy your dinner. And we want everybody to stay safe this Valentine's. We'll see you all.